Anyone
can be underrated.
as fuck.
You are now tuning into the latest episode of the Underrated as Fuck podcast.
Hosted by the one and only Bliss.
And you already know, Mighty Zay. You know what I mean?
Dude, I was sitting next to a guy after you left, I was sitting next to a dude that knew what he was doing.
Oh, that's
This
cool.
dude was like...
I love when there's one veteran on the table and then everybody else is kind of like...
He knew the lingo of like the cards.
Yeah.
He knew when to double down on like 5s and 6s when you got like a 10 or like, I don't know, just everything. This dude knew you're hitting on that one. Like, you know what I mean? He knew. And even when he would win, he was getting pissed off because
he didn't bet more?
No, because the dealer would have 20 and he would get a 21 just out of luck. And the dealer would have 20 and he's like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Because it's just like, how the fuck is the dealer dude, this other table I was on, dude, that was a bad table, let me tell you.
If I get any bad vibes from any table I'm on, I get up and walk and I go to the next one and I feel the vibes. Like,
but yeah, dude, that table I was on, it was not good. Let me tell you, I don't know if the decks weren't shuffling right or if it was rigged, but
yo, right when that dealer switched, I was just like, up.
I know you took
I was like, no, I'm not playing that shit. That was funny.
All right, y'all. So, welcome to episode 25.
25.
Of the Underrated AF podcast. So, today, before we get into anything too crazy, you already know what we're going to talk about.
Yes.
Music. All right,
yes.
So not a lot of music, but let's go over some significant stuff. So that album we talked about a few weeks ago that was coming out, Forever Us, Never Them by 42 Dugg. Did you hear this or no?
No, I don't. Well.
So I heard it for you guys to give you guys a nice little rating, little music, feedback. Man. And I will say, not my kind of music, but it sounded good.
How was the vibe of like the whole album together?
The vibe kind of had like a Dreamers Meek Mill vibe to it.
Oh, okay.
Like it was like all us. It's about the squad. It's about
kind of fast paced, kind of.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna listen to it. I don't think I'm a 42 Dugg fan, but it did sound good. The quality sounded there. The vibes, you know what I mean? The beats were there. It just, I don't think he's my kind of artist. You know what I mean?
Sense,
Like there's the rating for you. If you're a 42 Dugg fan, I think they're really gonna enjoy it though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you should hear it, maybe just to hear it. I don't know if this is even your kind of music. You know what I'm saying? Have you heard 42 Dugg before?
I don't even know who 42 Dugg is. This is the first time I heard of him. I listen to him. I'm always open to like listen and explore and experience new things, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Come on, Dugg.
Come on, 42.
So yeah, if you're a 42 Dugg fan, more than likely you'll enjoy this album.
Hard.
So moving on, the only other real significant thing that came out was probably this Eminem single called Toby.
Maguire.
Toby as in Spider-Man Toby.
GOAT. He's not the GOAT.
What do you think about this song? It had Big Sean, Babytron, Eminem. How you feeling about this track?
I thought it was pretty cool for like a first listen. After I listened to it like the third time, I was like,
you got a little tacky?
Yeah, it's just a little bit like, what are y'all doing? But the first listen was really good. I think for them just to randomly get together and throw together a song and just randomly release with like nothing behind it, I thought it was pretty cool.
I think I could agree with that. I think the first listen through was like, oh, okay, this is like something to show. And then listening to it a second, third time might be like, all right, like I kind of already heard it.
Yeah, it's kind of like watching that one watch of a movie. It's like, oh, like those one like surprise pops. It's like, oh, I know what's coming. So it's like,
yeah, I think that's it.
No, but it's still good though. I think it's still.
So obviously, this is leading towards an Eminem album.
Think so?
Oh yeah, he already announced it. It's called The Death of Slim Shady or something like that.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that.
So how are you feeling about this single and then that other single he released called Houdini? Remember?
Oh, the Houdini.
Yeah. Is this like what do you think so far from just these two singles about this upcoming album?
I think that potentially
intentionally.
I mean, yeah. I just think that, like, yo, I love Eminem, but I love the old Eminem. You know what I mean? So, I mean, he's on a completely different vibe right now. Which, I mean, I guess is cool because he's trying to, like, get the newer audience in, but still keep the old
it's
audience.
like an old man rapping right
In
now.
a way. So, in a way, you know what I mean? So now it's like, you got to come with some straight hitters. If you're Eminem, like, come on, man. Like,
I'm of the belief that this fool got cloned, and the real Eminem is trapped somewhere in a cell underground. He doesn't
and this
sound.
is the album coming out is just like, oh, we're finally gonna kill him.
He doesn't sound like how he used to. I don't know what it is. His rhyme is hitting different. His rhythm, yeah, probably.
It's a mindset.
His rhythm's different. Yeah, definitely not the I'm afraid like that kind of Eminem.
That was hidden, dude.
It's a different Eminem. I'll listen to it. I really liked hearing Big Sean in that song.
Yeah, I did too.
I like that he's
always
using
liked Big
other
Sean.
artists
Yeah.
to like really amp up his album. I think that's cool.
Yeah, it's like, all right, let's do this flesh out together. Join
I don't
me.
remember the last time he used like a bunch of random artists like that. I mean, they're not random, but he usually goes for the Rihanna. You know what I mean? For the super, super top tier artist just to give it that little singing moment.
I feel like Big Sean's a top tier artist.
Yeah, no, that's not what I
You
was.
think so?
That's not what I meant. I just meant like Eminem doesn't usually go for like the features.
Are you
You
talking
know what I'm
about?
saying?
You're talking about Babytron?
No, I'm just talking about like features in general. I feel like Eminem doesn't really tend to go for like the features. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like when he's doing like an album, I feel like he goes. Maybe the old Eminem. I don't know. Maybe it's just this new Eminem that's going for these features.
I think the older dope Eminem was the one that was just like on his own stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
but
what I'm
that was
saying.
just like whenever we were
Like whenever we heard
in our
it,
teens. You know, what I mean?
whenever we heard a feature with Eminem, it would usually be Eminem on like a Kanye song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or
something
like
that.
on
Like a
a
Jay-Z something.
Rihanna.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was just some real big money stuff. And now I feel like he's dabbling into the helping out other artists, working with the industry.
Well, that's pretty cool then, right?
Yeah, I
It's
think
kind
it's
of
pretty
giving
cool.
back to the community in a way.
I think it's pretty cool. I think it's utilizing their name in a way because Big Sean is a big
Yeah,
artist, like
yeah.
you said. You know what I mean?
I really enjoy it. Anytime I see like something new Big Sean, I'm always gonna resonate towards.
But I think he's using these other more current artists to kind of get some of the
Get some
eyeballs.
pull.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he is an older artist. Like people these days that like, who like Gunna. You know what I mean? Like you just mentioned.
like
Like
Gunna.
they're I don't know. Like how do they feel about an Eminem? Like he had his run. You know, Eminem had his run.
Yeah,
Like, do they really listen to
George Foreman had his run. He came back one champ. I mean, I don't know.
like Cinderella Man?
Oh,
You
that
know
was
all
kinda
these
cool,
songs?
yeah.
Like do these people these kids these days that are turning 16, 17,
They don't
18,
know about that.
they're not listening to that.
No.
I don't think.
At
You know what I
all.
mean? They're not
No.
hitting that. I'm infinite.
No, all these kids are listening to like the weirder stuff now. It's just
Weird
music.
stuff.
Weird music is going on right now. Don't these little kids tricky? No, I'm just playing.
So yeah, that's our little Eminem take. So I did some homework for y'all and I listened to a couple albums. So I'm gonna give you guys the updates / maybe ratings of 3 albums we talked about last week.
Right.
All right, so the first one's Megan, that self-titled album by Megan Thee Stallion. So this album was pretty hard. I would give the album, if I had to give it a rating, I'd probably give it like an 8.2. So obviously, I don't know if it's obvious, but I don't really listen to Megan Thee Stallion. But I do
not
feel
obvious.
like this is an album that she did some work on.
Word.
You know what I mean? Like
I feel like her marketing for the album was just really.
it was
dang
good. You
Yeah.
could tell that I think she definitely had some budget with this.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
She
Like
really
this
threw
wasn't a
herself into
small
this.
budget album.
Right,
This was
right.
like, you know what I mean?
Right, right. I think it's pretty cool. I'll check
But
it
yeah,
out.
I think I would give it like a solid 8.2. And yeah, that's a listen. If you like Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, like who else is like Glorilla, or you know what I mean? Like these, if you're in this
Megan's
kind
at
of
the top of those ones, though. I ain't gonna
yeah,
lie.
yeah. But if you're in the realm of like female rap, I think she did you guys a service.
That's pretty cool.
I would say that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one is it's that Paragon album by Steve Aoki.
Aoki.
Is it Aoki? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I heard this and I was kind of excited because whenever I think of Steve Aoki, God damn. Whenever I think of like music like this, I always think of like Project X.
Whoa! Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And I was disappointed because this is not what you get. It was like.
So you placed an expectation on this album without you kind of going into it.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, if that's gonna like bias my opinion, whatever. But when I put it on, it was like, dang, it was just a different vibe. It wasn't that vibe.
So what type of vibe did you catch from it?
It was like a house music vibe, but like nothing
like
really
house.
caught my attention. Like, you know what I mean? There was a song with Kid Cudi too, and I was like, all right, let me play this song. And
Kid Cudi's been a little funky lately, though.
I wasn't really feeling it. I don't know if it was like the house music leaning towards like elevator music.
Really?
But I can't give you a good opinion about this kind of music because I don't really dabble in this very much, other than like I would like I do like Tame Impala though, but I was gonna say other than like the Project X viral songs, you know what I mean, like that, or like who's the guy, Calvin Harris? You know, he kind of does but he's more hip hoppy, but
a little bit more, yeah.
I think I lean towards liking that a little bit better.
That kind of like
this was like, have you heard it?
No, not yet.
No. I think you'll understand a lot more when you hear it. Why I'm giving you this kind of opinion. But with that being said, I would probably rate it like, I'd probably give it like a 6.8.
That's not bad though.
It wasn't bad. No, it sounded good. Like he's a professional. He makes quality music. It just really wasn't my cup of tea.
Anything under 5 is bad.
All right, so that's my take on the Steve Aoki album. Excuse me. Okay, so this one I just put on because I was like, you know what? She's got a lot of artists on this album.
Yeah.
And I feel obligated to hear it. Like,
she did have a lot of features.
Yeah. So the album's called C, XOXO by Camila Cabello.
Yeah.
And I like it. There was actually a song I was listening to where I was like, yo, this might end up on my liked playlist. And she started singing and stuff, and it turned really girly after that. But the beat was just
hard.
And I'd probably rate the album. I'd probably like put it somewhere between like a 7 and an 8. I don't know. I can't really give it a solid number right now. I need to hear it one more time. But like somewhere in between a 7 and an 8. I liked it though.
Yeah,
that was cool. Like if you're a Camila fan, then she did you guys a service. Yeah. Did you hear it?
No.
I
only heard like a few songs here and there. Like,
now you're good.
They're playing it in the gym. Cool. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I got to show you a couple of these
for sure.
I think I want to get your take on them at some point. But other than that, let's jump into like kind of sort of TV news, except there's not really big TV news, but we're going to talk a little bit about gaming stuff.
Wait, the TV news came out.
What?
That documentary Sprint.
Oh, I'm dead. Okay, yeah, we could talk about that. That was kind of like low-key underrated, like actually.
Dude,
so on Netflix, there was this
put a
like
fire in my belly
docu-series sort of thing about Olympic sprinters. Right?
Sick.
And the way they filmed this and like kind of shot it and told the story and directed it, this was like really cool. This was like hip hop. You could tell it had a lot of that culture in it. But yeah, they had people on there like what's her name? Sha'Carri?
Yeah, Sha'Carri Richardson.
Sha'Carri, and then like Usain Bolt, and then what's that other dude? Something Lloyd. Right, remember?
Why can I not think of his freaking name?
He's like, remember he beat that like Brazilian dude or whatever. Remember?
Yeah.
Whatever. He looks like Melvin from Love Is Blind. I can't remember.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, no, he's kind of dorky, but he's fast.
But
the fastest man.
We only seen what was it like 2 episodes, right?
Oh, you only saw 2 episodes.
You saw the whole thing?
Yeah.
I'm dead. Well, from the 2
I
episodes,
was lit, dude. It gets better and better.
It was cool. It was exciting. It kind of each episode kind of leads up to the race, right? I don't know if the other episodes do that.
Kind of, but they're all leading up to the Olympics.
Oh, okay.
All of it's leading up to nationals, worlds, Olympics. You know what I mean?
So yeah, TV, Netflix related ish. I would recommend watching Sprint. That was a really good little docu-series.
Did you ever watch that that Arnold documentary?
No, I never seen it.
Dude, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
For documentaries go, I would say that is a 10 out of 10.
Hard. I mean,
At least a 9.8
put it on the schedule.
I'm telling you, out there, you never gonna get to it.
Oh my gosh, dude! I still gotta get to freaking Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. You think I'm gonna get to that at some point?
We still gotta get to Afro Samurai, you know. So
is it
#1 headband? Whatever.
Okay, so other than that, I guess TV news.
Gaming.
I'm kind of irritated in a good way that I bought the new Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC like 2 weeks ago now, and I have not been able to play it.
Oh, we're just waiting.
Let me tell you why. Okay, so in order to play the new DLC, you had to have gotten to the Blood Lord Moog. Is that his name, right? So in order to get here,
there's a trident in the blood.
There's a couple ways to get there, right?
There's a super fast way, and there's a really long way.
Yeah, it's a little bit like further in the game kind of stuff, but there is a shortcut, and basically you got to do this guy's quest. His name is Varys, right? And you meet him when you first walk out and you see the world. You meet him,
and he insults you.
Yeah, and he calls you some.
Brandon didn't like that.
Well, it was my second playthrough. I had New Game Plus'd it. And on this New Game Plus, I was like, yo, I'm getting every armor, everybody. So anyway, I walked out, and he's like, foul, tarnish. I don't know what he says. Yeah. He just insults you, and I'm like, all right, bet.
Run it.
I killed this guy, and I got his name.
This was a while ago.
It's like White Mask Varys, right? Yeah. And yo, I got the outfit. Everything's hard, right? I ended up falling a little bit off of Elden Ring because it just got old. I don't know. I played something else. I started playing Rocket League or something. And anyway, fast forward to 2 weeks ago, getting ready to play Shadow of the Erdtree. You know something?
And then they tell you.
I'm over here chilling in Limgrave, and I find out that I can't play the DLC until I go talk to this guy over here by Moog. And, okay, like, I'm kind of confused with the game because I'm like, oh, damn. Okay, so how do I get there? Looking stuff up. Oh, I got to do Varys quest line. Hard. And I'll get there quick because you teleport over there. Guess what? Varys is dead. And you cannot bring him back.
No, that's the craziest part. I tried
to go revive him with the tear
with
thing
the turtle.
Where the big turtle is. You can't, like, anoint yourself because apparently... I don't know. He's a bad guy or something because you're usually when you kill like a main character, it's a bad thing. So then you could go anoint yourself to revive him. This guy's like considered a bad guy or something because you're never like done a sin.
Yeah.
So you can't anoint yourself.
Well, because he's a PvP. He goes and kills players.
Oh, okay.
So you know what I'm saying?
Anyway, the only way
now we got to do the long road.
I'm pretty sure unless somebody can help me. The only way to get to the Bloodlord Moog is to go through a portal that's in the consecrated snowfields. Am I right?
And that's in-game material.
So in order to get to the consecrated... I could bum rush it straight to the consecrated snowfields, but you need to have gone up the Grand Lift of... Dectus, the first one that goes up to the Golden Capital. And then you need to go up the Grand Lift of... Rolled that gets you to the Snow Giants area, right?
Yeah.
And then in order to get the medallion to get into the consecrated snowfields, you have to get the other medallion, and you have to have like killed like these two generals over there somewhere on the snowfield.
Did you do that yet or no?
No.
We are kind of bum rushing through it though, because I'm
like slowly bum rushing through it, but
it's just the fact that I'm able to help you like destroy everything.
Yeah, the bosses. We're definitely mainlining the bosses like really easy, but I'm like OCD like in a good way. I I'm kind of like mainlining everything, but then I was looking back and I'm like, dang, I didn't hit any of these caves. So anyway, I'm like,
but it's a good thing because now you're getting a refresh of the game, hitting those caves again.
yeah.
So you're getting your skill back. You know what I mean?
So yeah, that's my like long-winded reason as to why I'm frustrated, but not at the same time.
So summary-wise, they didn't tell us ahead of time that this DLC was going to involve this said person to get to this said DLC.
If you're trying to get straight into the DLC, I would advise against new game plussing. New game plussing is basically when you beat the game, you could reset it and play it again
with all your stuff.
But you lose the campaign stuff.
Right.
You lose access to areas.
But they become a lot easier to get to because you have all your stuff.
So yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna be able to jump into
Weapons,
that.
spells, incantations, this, that, and another.
I'm close. I'm really close. I did everything in Limgrave, Khalid,
At least you got the magma
the
blades.
Larnia Lakes. I'm literally already peeking in or pushing into like the Golden Capital and like where Volcano Manor is.
Right.
That's where I am right now. So
are you exploring
we're
everything
close.
again? Like you're just not
no,
really
I'm not exploring everything. I'm just hitting all the points on the maps. So if there's a cave, I'm gonna hit it. You know what I'm saying?
There's like 70 caves.
I know. I'm hitting them.
Well, that's the reason why it's taking 2 weeks instead of like we just jumped right into it. You know what I mean? Because I mean,
realistically, I could just go kill all the bosses, and then just go straight to the consecrated snowfields, and then just go there. Like I could just do that. But that's why I said I hate it and I love it at the same time because I'm having a good time playing the game. It's just
such
annoying
a good game. It's 10 out of 10.
If I would have known, I wouldn't have bought the DLC yet.
Well, if you would have known, you probably wouldn't have killed old boy.
Oh boy.
There.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's alright.
Did you get his flowers?
I got everything, all that stuff.
Well, you can't get his mask from killing him.
Huh?
You can't get his mask from killing him.
I don't know. I have his mask.
Well, yeah, because we did the long way the first time.
Oh, okay. Well, I have everything. The first time I didn't kill anybody, and I talked to everybody, and I got close to everything.
We'll get back to you guys with a third playthrough of in-depth detail.
Oh, God. This has been the long-winded version of Video Game Talk with Bliss and Mighty. Other than that, let's jump into some news.
It's kind of...
So, not like a whole lot to talk about. Kind of some bummy stuff. And then let's talk about this kind of like whack... No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with y'all. Let's talk about this Kendrick Lamar music video.
I thought it was kind of cool. I ain't gonna lie.
I didn't really care for it.
I liked
but
it.
What's the point of this? Is this continuing some beef, or is this capitalizing off of a song that just went uber viral?
Well, let's just say if somebody gave you $20, and with that $20 you could turn it to $1,000, would you do it?
Sure.
There you go.
Okay, so this has nothing to do with beef?
No, it never
Even
did.
though it was a song that was about Drake?
No, they're just like throwing little teeny tiny shots at each other. But it's
is
just
this
for clout.
beef ongoing? Drake never responded. Remember, to whatever Kendrick had done? Drake said he wasn't going to respond.
It's not real beef,
He said it was over already. So what do you think?
I think it's over.
It's over?
Yeah.
So Kendrick's just capitalizing on making some money off of it, and that's it?
I thought it was a cool video, though. I legitimately thought it was like... I enjoyed the song more because I watched that video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't.
I would suggest giving it a view, and if you like it, if you don't like it...
The visuals don't make his voice any better.
I thought it was cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Or no?
All the references that he had in that video to make it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah, it was alright.
He did a lot of like memes and relevancy into that video, and then he just did a Kendrick Lamar vibe on top of it. So it was like cool.
Must sit on a beat, ho. Alright. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Kendrick. That's just how it is.
I still am a big fan of Kendrick, but I'm just not overly a big fan of Kendrick.
I like certain songs, Money Trees, Swimming Pools, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like certain songs.
I love that we got Schoolboy from him.
That's it. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
is it
Bucket Hat Schoolboy.
Bucket Hat Schoolboy?
Bucket Hat Schoolboy. Hard.
So that's the Kendrick news. Is there anything else to talk about? Do we want to talk about Rick Ross getting his ass whooped in Canada?
Nobody gives a damn about Rick Ross.
I guess Rick Ross was doing a show in Canada. I don't know what city, probably Toronto.
You got beat up in Canada?
And the DJ, I don't know if it was hit on his work, like he told the DJ to play it or what, but the DJ played that Kendrick song, Not Like Us. Right? And then I guess, I don't know if Rick Ross got punched or he says that somebody threw a glass at him or something, but it started like this brawl, and then like I think Rick Ross is like one of his bodyguards got his ass whooped or something.
I'm dead.
You didn't see that?
I've seen a little bit, but I just
my
don't
gosh.
care about Rick Ross. So like,
It was just funny. But yeah, what I would advise not going to like LA and playing some like Kendrick diss song in LA. You know what I'm saying? Because
they ride hard for the
at that point you're like messing with the flock. You're disrespecting the people that like want to get into it with you. You know what I mean?
It's funny to get in it with people. I can back my thing up, so what's up?
Or like going to Philly and playing like some weird like Meek Mill diss.
Yeah, I feel that.
You know what I mean? It's like you're like disrespecting the people over there now. You know what I mean? Kind of. It's not even about the artist anymore. It's like, all right, now you came down here to do that to us. Like,
Going down to all the Trumpers and then talking like you hate Trump and all that stuff, dude. They're gonna get on you.
yeah, you got to read the
Going
crowd.
against the flow.
Read the crowd a little bit.
You're the rock in the river.
Don't be
You know
a
what I mean?
Ricky Rose. You know what I'm saying? He's on Ozempic.
Ozempic.
Yeah, it's like a weight loss thing. Remember Drake had a bar. He's like,
Pears.
Ozempic got a side effect of jealousy.
I'm dead. That's
I
should be a little
So
slow.
a little bit of sad news.
Pears.
I don't really want to talk about it, but it kind of like made waves. So I feel like I got to mention it.
Just gonna.
And I don't usually ever talk about people that die, to be honest with you. Like there's people that die all the time.
Talking about.
So Kyrie Jackson, he's a rookie, or he was a rookie on the Vikings. I
Car
guess
accident.
this guy was like a star in the making. Like he was the next, up and coming dude. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if somebody
really
hit
talented.
him or if he hit somebody, but he got in an accident.
He got in a car accident and he passed.
So a total of 3 people got offed in this situation, including the rookie Kyrie Jackson, and it's just sad. So what do you think about this? Like,
It's just unfortunate. Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, life happens. It doesn't matter how good you have things going for you. Life is always going to happen. And if you don't know how to maneuver life in a better way to your own safety all the time, dumb shit happens in life. And it just sucks that it got to this point of severity to where people had to lose their lives. I mean, I don't even know what was going on. Like, was anybody going fast? Was people having fun? Were they just cruising? Were they just chilling? Like, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? But
well, I think the
just sucks. It's unfortunate.
important
It's
thing to
unfortunate.
mention though is that your life can be taken at any moment, right? We never know when it's gonna be our last
always
day.
gotta be grateful. I'm always grateful. That was the biggest lesson I've learned this year, or a past year and a half, was learning how to be grateful, and that allowed me to learn how to put more value in things.
Yeah, so enjoy the time while you got it, because I mean he's young. He got his life taken before he should have, but we really only live like 80 to 100 years at all. You know what I'm saying? So if you ever got
80 summers.
Yeah, I like that Eddie Murphy. Is it Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That Eddie Murphy little
We got
video
80
where he's
summers,
walking at the
80
camera.
Springs. Yeah.
80 springs, 80 winters, and when you look at it like that, you don't got a lot of time left. It's not so much.
It was
It's
good.
not.
It's not. It's not.
Like I've already had almost 30 summers, 30 springs, 30 winters.
You old. That's hard.
Like I don't think like life really hits you until you're like in your 60s, 70s. I don't know how old you got to get.
I think in
to
your
where
50s.
your aunts, your uncles, and your mom's generation has gone. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think
Like
50s.
I don't
50s,
think
60s.
I don't think it really like sets in until the generation above you is gone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So like now I just watched John Cena retire. For me that was like,
I'm getting to the point like, okay, so I'm pushing 30 now, right? So the generation, so like my grandparents' generation,
Right.
Like that generation is like fading away already. You know what I mean? So it's starting to become like like shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
life's happening. I'm getting older.
the
It's
next
over there.
row of people, which is, oh my god, I thought we were getting a feedback loop in the mics, and I was getting ready to like brace for freaking impact.
Yeah.
But yeah, the next generation, like, I don't know when they start to wither away. I don't know, like, what age do you think? Is it like when we hit 40s?
I think
50s?
I think we're
or like
50s.
so whatever
50s,
age
60s.
our parents are right now, right? Because they're losing the people above them.
Yeah,
So-
my parents don't really have like a lot of people around them that are. My dad does, my mom doesn't. So, and then they're getting up there. So it's like, I would have to say like 50s, 60s would probably be around the age to where you really start to see more and more. It becomes more frequent. Let's put it that way.
What's that saying that you say every now and then? That the youth.
It's wasted on the young.
Yeah, I like that saying. I really do. The youth is wasted on the young because when you're young, you don't realize. Like
You lack perspective. That's it. And perspective is life. The better perspective you have, the better life you live. And it sucks that you have so much ability to do so much, but you let little things conquer your life to hold you back and to not accomplish the things that you really want to do, but you're letting one little thing hold you back. That's why they'd be like, yo, you're young. Like, just don't even worry about it. Just go ahead and do it. And they're just like, no, I'm stressed. I'm tired. I'm in pain. None of that matters. You know what I mean? Until you really get older and you're like, oh, no, this is stress. This is pain. This is fatigue. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like every now and then, I don't know why I'm pushing 30, right? And
It's hard.
I feel like I don't know when is too old to make music. I know.
What?
I don't know.
Thankfully, you picked the thing to where I picked fighting, so I have a limited amount of time before, like, dude, like, you're not gonna see a 50
Come
year
on,
old.
you could be 50 in the ring.
I'm not George Foreman.
Mike Tyson's still getting in the ring.
That might motherfucking die.
Yeah, Mike
That might motherfucking take.
I get what you mean, though.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
talking about, like, if you were to be the greatest in the world at some, like, Dustin just, did he retire? I don't know. He wants to do one more fight or something, but Dustin retired.
Yo, how old is Drake? Isn't he in his 40s?
Drake is pushing 40. J. Cole is pushing 40.
Yeah.
These people are pushing 40.
And they're gonna be able to drop shit until they're 70. You get what I'm
So,
saying?
yeah, you're right. They still got,
You know
Yeah,
what they're
that's
not
it.
gonna be doing?
what?
They ain't gonna be fighting. But I will.
I mean, talking about old people, like, what about him? Like, I don't know. I don't like the old Eminem.
He's just old. You know what I mean? So he's got an old perspective on things.
Old vocals. His rhyme is different. It's the rhyme,
it's
the way
yeah,
he rhymes.
yeah. The way that he puts things together, yeah. Back then it was cool. Was it only cool back then because like that was like the whole vibe of everybody? You know what I mean? And so now we still trying to keep that same vibe in a way?
But he sounds different. So something happened.
That's age.
Yeah, well, it didn't age.
Remember
He didn't
went
age
through,
well.
Remember he went through that whole like big depression thing too. I mean, I think that really changes somebody. I really think that changes somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever somebody goes through a really deep depression, and if that like grabs and sinks his claws into you, I think that changes you. The way you think, the
Yeah,
way you
like
talk, the way
like
you
a
put
demon
together
just
things. Yeah, just
got your ass.
it got you.
You like barely survived, kind of thing. Is that what
crawling
you mean?
out,
Oh,
crawling
yeah.
out. So now, with that being said, I think that just changed the way that he attacks what he loves.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that he had to try to refine the love.
He's like
for
a
his
whole
thing.
different kind of dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he was, like
He's
let's
a
just say he
Rottweiler.
was a German Shepherd before. He's a pit bull now. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's a total different species or breed.
He's a Shih Tzu now.
Species. So yeah, talking about like, I know we were talking about like death and stuff, and it's like unfortunate. But Mighty had like something great to talk. Like he inspired me to make a caption on a post, and it was about enthusiasm. And remember you said like that's like one of the keys to like be successful and be like happy about it. Maybe.
Let's just say life is a chest, and I feel like enthusiasm is the key to unlocking that chest. I feel like if you have enthusiasm, is the most. Okay. So obviously you need discipline, right? You have to have discipline, but to make discipline better for yourself,
To make discipline fun.
worthwhile.
Maybe?
No, because discipline's always worthwhile no matter what. But to make discipline fun is the enthusiasm. So if you're missing that aspect, that element of enthusiasm with what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, I don't really feel like
Is that
you're
what
getting the
causes
most amount
burnout?
of- Yeah,
Maybe
you
like
get
when
tired,
you're
you get
really
exhausted.
doing the same thing over and over, and then you start to get to a point where it's like, I'm kind of bored. I'm kind of tired of this.
I think life is a race to see who can keep their enthusiasm the highest the longest. That's what I think. So for me personally, like in my life's journey,
But that's why you want to find something that is like interesting to you, right? Like that you like doing. Because
No.
like music for me.
No, I mean like the fighting, the music, the this, the that. That's cool. But I'm in a point in my life now to where I'm so grateful for everything that I have and how I attack things that I can find enthusiasm with any and everything. Getting to that point now. You know what I mean? So now with that perspective of kind of coming to that epiphany of being like, yo, I need enthusiasm with everything that I do, when I'm tired, when I'm happy, when I'm exhausted, when I'm energetic, when I'm this, when I'm that. It doesn't matter. As long as I add that enthusiasm aspect of it, that the element of it, I'm able to just really be myself in that moment and be present and be full in.
So what's the difference? Like, explain to me real quick. You're probably reiterating it, but what's the difference between, like, let's say you had a task at hand.
Right.
Are you gonna have a negative result if you do it without enthusiasm? You know what I'm saying?
I just don't think that you're not going to be able to fully showcase yourself in that thing if you don't add that enthusiasm.
So
Like if you don't have fun in your thing, and if you,
so
the
like
fun is
me,
the enthusiasm.
I can make an album, right,
Imagine if there was no enthusiasm.
with no enthusiasm, and then it would kind of it would be like a blah.
Anybody would
Right.
feel that energy.
Right, but if I made an album
You
that
were
I was
completely
super
just
enthusiastic
energized,
about,
yeah.
that it just like it would.
But
just
you
be,
were just super enthusiastic to make every single time you stepped into that studio. Every single time you hyped yourself up and you're like, I cannot wait to sit down and lay these bars. I cannot wait to sit down and write whatever I'm gonna write. I cannot
that
wait
was
to sit
me
down.
when I was recording those demo tapes.
Yeah, that was fun.
Like when I would get
That
off
was
work,
fun.
I was excited because I was
Yeah.
like, "Yo, I'm gonna lay the lyrics down finally." Like, you know what I mean? Like
That was fun.
I've been writing for a while, right? So when I sat down to like finally make it a real thing,
Yeah.
it was just cool. It was exciting. You know what I mean?
See, and I think that's the secret to
Even
life.
talking about it, I'm like,
It's cool, yeah.
It's
Like
hard.
enthusiasm. Like, we added enthusiasm to what we were talking about, so now we're lit.
so if we don't have enthusiasm for something, should we not be doing it at that moment?
I think
or
that-
at all.
That's where the
You know what I'm
discipline
saying?
comes in. So
Or not?
now the discipline is you have to force yourself to see the enthusiastic perspective on that thing so you can ignite yourself into that thing. I think doing something
So
voidless
it's
is
possible to put enthusiasm into anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree.
Let's just say
in
like
a
this.
type of way, but I still feel like you got to be doing a thing that you like doing. But no,
It's all
wait.
mindset.
I get what you're saying because
I
like when
absolutely-
you go to training, sometimes you don't even want to be there.
No.
But
when I
at
show up
the
and
end
I'm
of
there,
the day,
I'm so glad I did that.
fighting and stuff is still your like passion, right?
Yeah.
But like in the one moment of being at the gym on a day you didn't want to be there.
Like yesterday.
Is that what you mean?
God.
Is that what you mean, kind of?
Yeah.
So, oh, okay. So it's more like specific to moments.
Yeah, so let's just say like
It doesn't have to do with like your whole fighting. You don't have to be super enthusiastic about your whole fighting thing.
No.
You're talking about that one workout that you didn't want to do, but if you found a way to add some enthusiasm to it, like, all right, you know what? Let's just get this done.
How many times can I elevate myself by adding that enthusiasm and making that one moment better? Now, how many of those moments can I have in my life? You get what I'm saying? I want to have as many of those moments as possible. I want to be fully myself and fully present as much as I possibly humanly
As much as
having a
humanly
stroke.
possible.
we'll say that, as much as that possible. So, with that being said, I figured out, at least for my key to my chest in life, would to be enthusiastic with everything that I do. Because I realize that whenever I'm that way,
I feel like you're always like that.
I'm trying to be, like, you know what I mean?
Like for the most part.
Yeah, it's just like...
Because when something bad happens, you're like... So like you just find some way to be enthusiastic even about the bullshit. You know what I mean?
You got to find positives, and if you don't, then you sit there in a negative mindset. Remember I told you in that conversation that we were having, there was a study that these scientists did, and what they did to this water was they added droplets of water into these little clear
trays.
Like, little trays, right? And then they told this side of water, they're like, yeah, I love you, you're beautiful, you're angelic, you're
Positive
gorgeous
stuff.
Yeah, just positive stuff, amazing things, like affirmations, amazing, beautiful, blissful things. And then on the other side of the table, they told negative things, this and that and this and that. But on the positive side, they froze all the water, and then all the water that they froze, each one of those, they turn into like a beautiful snowflake.
Like when it crystallized, it would make some beautiful...
It would make a beautiful formation. So with that being said...
And then on the negative side, it would be some like...
And on the negative side, it would
uneven,
be like asymmetric, like holes and things that weren't connected. And but that just goes to show that what we speak has full like vibration on how we should be feeling. So let's just say if every single day that you woke up, and it's a Monday, right? We give Monday a very powerful meaning by it's the start of the week. Oh, I don't want to start my week. It's a Monday, right? But for me, I try to look at Mondays like, dang, I can't wait to tackle this Monday because this Monday is gonna show how I am the rest of the week. If I hit that Monday weak, or if I hit that Monday on a weak note, my week is gonna be weak. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So now if I hit that Monday with being like, with the enthusiasm, speaking positively about it, I can't wait to hit this Monday. I can't wait to work my fingers to the bone to make this money.
I never did it intentionally to where it's like, all right, now let's go do this. Like I never did it intentionally, but what I did do, what I could remember is like on a Sunday night before work the next day, I'd be like, all right, time to go back and make this money. Like it's not like you said, but like in a...
No, it's still
unintentional way.
Yeah.
I kind of would like get like some sort of excitement behind it. That way I could power through the week.
What I want to talk about next week is this whole week I want you to work on every single day. I want you to build yourself up with enthusiasm every single day. For everything that you do. And it's hard, but that's the discipline. That's the discipline aspect of the enthusiasm. Is you have to learn how to like apply that even whenever there isn't that. Mm-hmm. That's where I was like, like, is it more important than discipline? Probably not, but at the end of the day, it's right there. Like communication, comprehension, those are just...
So when I don't feel like doing something, is it always whenever there's a negative feeling?
I think you should do it with everything.
Or even when it's good
even
stuff.
When you're happy, even when you're sad, when you're feeling intelligent, when you're feeling dumb.
And you're talking to the point of even like, if I was like, dang, I'm tired today. Be like, no, you know what? I'm tired, but I'm going to get this done and then I'm going to feel really good about it. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing?
Here, let's put it this way. Yesterday, oh my God. So I did not want to wake up early, go to fight training, and I just didn't want to do it. Mm-hmm. And I did it. And I felt so good. I felt relieved about it that I did it. I got it done. I was in the moment, and I didn't allow the negative thoughts or feelings to overtake that moment, to take me away from that moment.
How do you feel now?
So then, after having that moment, I got home, and I was just all like, how can I be more disciplined in this moment? How can I make sure that I don't sit in a negative mindset after feeling really good?
Is that when you were trying to get me to go to the gym?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And I was
asleep. And
I was just like, I texted you. I was like, hey, bro, you ready to go to the gym? And I didn't hear no response for like an hour. So I was like, and instantly I felt myself
you had to find that self-enthusiasm.
But instantly I realized that I was putting myself in a negative mindset, right? I was like, all right, we're just going to get motion going. Like, any motion is always good motion. So I just started to get the motion going. I got my clothes on for the gym. I got on my bike, started going to the gym. I really like doing the cardio to the gym. I really find that, like, invigorating.
A good warm-up.
Yeah, it's really nice. Got to the gym. As soon as I get there, I had this whole plan in my mind. I'm like, all right, we're going to do this.
It was closed.
No. That's what I thought. And I was like, oh, I hope it's not. So I get there, it's open, things are going good. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I go in there, and the second I lift one weight, all my negative thoughts, emotions that I was feeling earlier times 10 in that moment. And
Wait,
I was
why?
just like, I did not want to be there.
Really?
I did not.
Oh my
I did not want to be there whatsoever. Like,
sounds like a.
if anybody in my life would have just been like, "Hey, you wanna?" I'd have been. Thank God you called. Like, if anybody, like, it would have
Hey,
been
I need some
anything.
help. Could you come up?
On the way, like on the way. You know what I mean? But I decided to stay there. I decided to just go back to my basics on a couple of the trainings that I have, and I learned in that moment that I was being really, really negative towards the state of being that I was in, of being there, of just actually being at the gym. And I'm like, I don't need to do this. I don't need to experience this like this. So let me just turn it up a little bit. So each workout that I got to, and I would set the number in my head, and I got to that number, and I was like, I'm really proud of myself that I got there. Like, I'm dope. I'm a beast. I'm awesome. Like, this is dope. So I started speaking really positively to myself about myself. And then I started becoming a little bit more enthusiastic, a little bit more excited, a little bit more hype. And then at the end of my workout, I was exhausted. And I was like, I'm so glad that I came here, beat that aspect of myself, and then beat myself to a point to where I'm exhausted. So now I feel accomplished, I feel ready, I feel good. I got home, I took a shower, we went to the casino, ended up winning some money. I lost it though, because I was being dumb. But, you know what I'm saying? But it was just fun because of the fact that it was a negative, turned to a positive, turned back to a negative, turned back into a high positive. It's just, at the end of the day, life is always going to fluctuate between negative and positive. And if you don't know how to appreciate the good and the bad with each other, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like narcissistic. You know what I mean? You're being narcissistic to yourself. You're gonna gaslight yourself to a point to where like I'm only gonna enjoy this if I'm happy.
I like that.
Only
I like
gonna
what you
enjoy
said
this
about you're gonna gaslight yourself.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
just
If
it's
you're
so
only gonna
easy.
enjoy the good moments,
Yeah.
and then when something bad happens and your life is crumbling, then I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
I like what you said about you're gaslighting yourself.
It's so easy to gaslight yourself at the end of the day because like it's like
is.
should I do it? Nah. Like it's just funny, but for me, it's just turning up the enthusiasm so I can be present in that moment. And if I'm present in that moment, I can fully show up. And I know if I show up in that moment while being enthusiastic, nothing's gonna stop me. Mm-hmm. So, with that being said, enthusiasm is the key to my chest of life.
Wow. So
Tangent.
No, that wasn't a tangent. I think you
Yeah.
made a great point, and I think the pod needed something anyway like that, because I mean, it just so happened that we were going to talk about this death or this guy that got off
Negative turns to a positive.
and like we're able to kind of see it in a way to where, you know what, like as much as this is a bad thing, this is also life,
It's life.
right?
It's life.
And instead of just like now, man, now
be
I
sad.
feel like crap, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be sad. No, you know what, like let's be sad, but let's also appreciate the life that we're living, because life and death, it's all
It's the same exact coin.
it's the same thing. It's the yin and the yang. It's like
Yeah.
you get both, right? So be enthusiastic about everything because you're living it right now.
Yeah, and I think that's really cool. I think that's so cool to be so present in a moment to where you could really just show who you are in the moment. Because there's not a lot of moments in life to where, especially what a lot of people live in today's society, to where they can really show who they are. And I think social media is like, for me, it's 50-50.
Why you think everybody's putting on an act,
I think people don't know who they are
or like at all?
at all.
So they're just
and so
like-
they're trying to fit in with doing other things that other people are doing. And then they realize that they're not happy doing those things way later on. And then
that
they
can't be us, though, you know.
No,
That can't possibly be us.
Hey, you know what?
I'm fucking dead.
Oh my god, dude.
I did not
Yeah.
like, do that to like point fingers at anybody. I was just making a joke.
They don't
right?
watch that. They don't. I was making a joke. No,
So
but-
what you want to like put a topper on that real quick on the enthusiasm thing? Like what? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I kind of did just now, but like,
No, but I mean, all I gotta say is like, as long as you you can go throughout your here. Look, I want everybody to do this. Just how I told Bliss, I just want everybody to just 1 week in their entire life, or 1 week, the next week, whenever y'all listen to this, the Tuesday,
Like try it out.
just try it out, just 5 days straight, with every single thing that you do. Let's just say you wake up. Oh, I'm so glad I woke up. The second you wake up, I want you to say that, or write it down on a piece of paper, put it down next to your bed, so you can wake up, look at it. I'm so glad I woke up. I'm so grateful I woke up. I feel happy that I'm awake. Okay? Now you put on your clothes. Oh, I get to put on the clothes, like the good, fresh, clean looking clothes. I feel good. I smell good. I look good. I feel good. I'm doing good, right? So now you're going to work. Oh, I'm so grateful that I'm going to work. Or no, you're in your car, you're going your transportation, your Uber, your bike, you're walking, whatever. You're on your way to work. Be grateful that you're on your way to make more money so you don't have to be more stressed in the situation that you are. When you get there, say the same thing over again. When you're on your day, throughout your day of whatever you do in your work, be grateful for the little things in your work. Whether you're sitting down, whether you're walking, whether you're working, whether you're moving, whether you're stagnant, whatever. Be grateful for that thing. Whenever you get out of work, be grateful that you're out of work. And then now you get to go home and make some food. You get to eat. You get to spend time and do the things that you love to do because you're off. You already did the discipline part of the beginning of the day. Work, make the money. Now you get to enjoy life, right? Because you have to dedicate half your life to working. It's just the way it is. Before you go to bed, I want you to be really grateful that you cleansed yourself with the shower, all that stuff. You know what I mean? You cleanse yourself, that you're clean, that you're ready to go and lay in a comfortable bed or wherever you're at. And I want you to be grateful that you're getting enough sleep to just be really positive in that moment. And then that's it. And then just repeat that day at least 5 days in the week. And you would be so surprised on how you feel the next day. And it's cool because it's interest that builds up on each other.
Interest.
It's interest.
It'll stack.
It'll stack.
It'll
It's
add
so
up
cool.
into just a great, appreciative life that you're living.
Well, it just gets to a point to where like you don't have to be disciplined in that aspect anymore. It becomes so a part of your life. It's so a part of your mindset. So part of your way of thinking that it just comes natural. So if anything, if you hear something negative, it's like, dang, well, at least somebody else got some good perspective out of that came out of from
Me,
positive.
without knowing, really, I do tend to not really speak so negative about things sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I will never say, oh, I can't do this song. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
when it comes to certain things, I know for a fact.
Don't speak down on
I
yourself.
would never say anything like that. You know what I mean? Because I know that I could.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then why would I even put myself down? You know what
Exactly.
I mean? Like,
You already lost the battle. You know what I mean? So with that being said, enthusiasm is the key to the chest of life that you're supposed to be living, and I highly suggest that you really put some discipline into your life with enthusiasm to improve your life, whether you're in a low point, a high point, a medium point, it doesn't matter. Like,
don't gaslight yourself.
Don't gaslight
I like what you
yourself.
said earlier about
That's
that, because
all.
that right there was the key, I think, that you just said. You said, don't gaslight yourself and be enthusiastic.
yeah, that's all I gotta say. You know what I mean?
All right, y'all. This has been another episode of the Underrated AF podcast. Glad you could join us this week. Sorry, not sorry about going on some long tangents here and there. You know what I'm saying? But
Ain't no sorry going around.
This is what
I'm
you get.
grateful I got to give you a tangent. I'm grateful that y'all got to be in here listening to us doing a tangent with each other. It's just cool.
yeah, you already know what to expect when you're listening to the pod. You're gonna get Zay. You're gonna get Bliss. That's what it is. So don't gaslight yourself. And we'll see you next
DBZ
week.
fans at.
And we'll see you next week for another episode. Episode 26.
26.
Of the
Whoa.
Underrated AF podcast. And just to add a little thing at the end, remember I was talking about how numbers were going slow? Like 26 is like, okay. Oh, we're pushing 30 almost.
I can't wait to be in my 50s. My 40s. I can't wait.
All right, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.